if I was going to recommend one book for quilting, this would be the one. To be quite careful when you're buying books for quilting, because quilting and patchwork often get interspersed. Patchwork is the bit where you're cutting up and putting together. Quilting is the finish that you add to your quilts. I like the style of this particular book and the author, because she talks my language. I guess that would help. But she's actually quite nice. She shows you some real simple, so she's showing you here loops as travelling stitches, which in effect is what our hearts and loops are doing. You know, she's showing you sort of different here. We could just use a loop. I mean, that would be quite nice on a border, just doing those sorts of loops. But she does some really nice feathers. She's got fire here. Again, once you've got your wobbly lines, you can do that. I did that on a what one was that? The Phoenix quilt. I sort of added all sort of flames and things onto the wings when I quilted those. You'll see that she's done some sort of like styles sort of with ruler type work where you're doing shapes as well, so that looks quite nice. The ever favourite mussel shells. She calls it teardrop. But she does some really lovely feathers. She does a rose that I must admit I don't like. It's the one that I can't get past that she does, because to me all I can see is a question mark. And I can't get past seeing that, although strangely enough when I look at it there I can see it's a bud. It must be when you see it on paper. Lovely, very simple tree, just using a spiral figure of 8. But she really does some lovely feathers. So you'll see here her feathers start to come, and it was her that I got the idea of, you know, using some of these open fills and so on. So you can see there's some really nice ideas in this book. And this book is called Doodle Quilting. It's by Cheryl Malkowski, Malkowski, and you can get this easily from Amazon. It's about 15 quid. I think it's worth every penny, and as I say, if I was going to buy one book, that's the book I would buy. Another person that you're likely to come across, particularly if you go onto things like YouTube, is Leah Day, and again she's a really lovely quilter. You're going to see that back to front as well. Leah is Leah and then Day as it sounds, and if you query 360 quilt blocks, you will come across Leah Day, and she does little short videos of demonstrations of lots of her designs. She does lots of feathers and that. She's really easy to follow, so I'd sort of recommend having a look at that as well. Yeah, she's got some really nice ideas, so it's worth looking at. For your own design block, the one that you do, there are lots of resources that you can look for. There are lots of copyright-free designs online that you could look for. But otherwise, adult colouring books, and some of those have got some really nice ideas. And again, the secret is to just put an outline along and then do some of the lines. Don't try and do all the detail on the lines, just do what you can, and go from there. So good luck.